if this is the end, if we're done now, it's been an amazing ride, and you know, I wouldn't change anything, and I would walk away from it so proudly of what we've achieved, what we've done as actors and as friends.
Coming with you to set to play with the big kids,
which was
the big villains.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And we were like,
yeah,
good job, sweetie.
Yeah,
you're doing
a good job.
Yeah, I was taking pictures.
Yeah.
And that's when John said that you reminded him of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Hello, I'm Zendaya.
And I am Tom Holland.
I'm Jacob Batalon.
And we are doing entertainment weeklies around the table, right? And it's for Spider-Man No Way Home.
That's what it is.
So I'd just like to state that I do not have COVID, I just have a terrible throat. I've been tested and I am negative. I just want everyone to know that.
If you need me to translate for him, I can.
Yes.
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
Can we just stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
I remember when I first met you thinking that you were perfect for the role at your audition.
Stop.
Remember when we had to do that thing where you had the bowls of water?
No,
that was supposed to be the Death Star and you had to drop it?
Yeah, we had to pretend.
I don't know, I was very nervous about the casting process. And then knowing that as soon as I met you, I knew that I would be friends with you. So I remember being like, that's the guy. Not that they ever listened to me. You got the part because you were the best for the job. And I knew I wanted you. And then when I met
Thanks.
you... Thanks. No, but yours...
I knew I wanted you, but you... there was a lot of great
It was
options.
double serious.
Yeah.
It was serious, your screen test, whereas yours was really funny.
Right. But then yours was, I feel like when we watched yours, it was pretty clear that you were really meant for the part.
I guess when I first met you, like I said, I was worried that I was going to be too tall for the role. I thought that I'm just going to look ridiculous. But then there were chairs.
There were chairs. I think they probably knew that you were taller than me, though.
So they incorporated
who knows?
chairs?
No, I didn't tell them my height, you know? So it's not like I was like, hey, I'm Zendaya, I'm 5'10", you know? It's like, I just came in and I was like, oh,
right.
you know?
Right.
But it ended up working out, and I think our height difference is one of the cool things about
I love
Peter
it.
and
I
MJ.
absolutely love it. I remember though when we did your test, all of the other girls were reading for the part of Liz, and you were the only one that read for the part of MJ, but you had the same sides. You knew, but no one else knew.
Yeah, I did know.
And you obviously did it so differently to everyone else. For me, it was really refreshing because I'd spent so long doing this audition tape with so many different people. When you came in, it was very obvious. I think before, as soon as Zendaya had left the room, Amy was like, "We found our MJ."
No, but my first impressions of you guys was just, you guys are always so nice and lovely. And I remember saying to you during the audition, I said congratulations, and I said, I'm sure this must be a lot. This is a huge thing, so congratulations. Good luck either way, if I see you again or if I don't. And then I met you. When did we meet?
We met.
Is it in that room?
Yeah, we met when we all came to read the script in that room for the first time.
And we were reading, we were laughing and in the room. We were like, ah.
It was crazy.
I would have been really stressed that you guys would have been reading faster than me.
Yeah, when we first met, it was in that room reading the whole script, and I feel like for me, I'd never really done film, obviously, so the entire process was very new, and so really being in a room with people who are obviously doing more, I felt a little intimidated, but again, when I first met you guys, it was the greatest. I was scared that you guys were gonna be
Was Tony in the room too?
No, I think it was just
hadn't arrived yet.
it was just me, you, and Laura.
Remember when we all went to Tony's room though?
And we all just had a great time.
Yeah, were you like, do you mind if I borrow your toilet?
And you tried to take the joke way too far.
And then you were pretending that you were running away with his toilet.
Good time.
Good times.
Good times.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
If this is the end, if we're done now, It's been an amazing ride, and I wouldn't change anything, and I would walk away from it so proudly of what we've achieved, what we've done as actors and as friends. We've also, outside of the world of Spider-Man, we've been involved in each other's lives in such a huge way. So yeah, it just was a crescendo of emotion at the end of the job. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
We could have filled like all of these glasses
with all of our
with
tears.
just all of our tears.
Yeah. And there was no acting required. It was emotional.
Yeah.
It's when you start crying, it's when I start crying. When you see Jacob cry, because you're such a funny, happy person.
Yeah.
As soon as and you can cry so easy, bro.
You can.
It's so annoying.
So annoying.
You had tears flowing all day. I did 2 takes and they got the menthol out. Sticking that in my eyes.
John is amazing. He's so great at his job. I think he cares so much about Spider-Man, but he also cares about all the characters, and you feel that. Like the attention to detail. I remember when they were building part of MJ's room. He let me come in and pick artists that I like, and let me basically use my own photography in the thing, and then he picked all the books that are in the back of her shelves, and I remember him going up and being like, I don't want that to be shown, I want this one, and bringing in this one, and I'll make sure this picture is seen. So he's so thoughtful and detail-oriented, as you British people say. And it's beautiful to watch, and I'm really grateful that this time around he was cool with me being literally behind him all the time, asking him questions and learning from him, because the fact that his brain fits all of this information and deals with the pressure of these franchises is
That's what I really underestimated about him in the first film.
Yeah.
Is that he kind of hadn't done it before.
No, he was just thrown into the deep end.
Right,
and that's it's been cool watching him grow as well as a director. It's from the first movie being completely just stressed and trying to figure it out.
But he never came across that way.
No, never.
Sure.
But I know that he was. Because
Looking back
hello.
on it now,
Yeah.
you want to take 45.
Yeah.
Bro, you need to move on. It's I don't know.
Do I?
Yeah.
And then the second movie, trying to prove that he can do it again.
Yeah.
And then the third movie is really nice just to see him experiment, have fun, and enjoy the process. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because on the first 2, John would never come and meet us for dinner, would he?
No.
Right.
Because he was just so busy.
Yeah.
And on this film, if we were going for dinner, it would have been weird if John didn't come with us.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when John said that you reminded him of
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, he said that when
Why
I was.
was that?
Because in the audition process, he was I didn't know who you were, but I looked you up and I saw these Disney images of you.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was this caricature of who you were. It was this person, then you came in and it was SpongeBob had just walked into the room in real life. And
what a funny
it was,
time.
and how weird it was, and then I was actually just a normal person.
I think that I feel for Ned at least, he's very much kind of evolved from kind of being on the sidelines to really being in the action. In terms of his relationship with Peter and MJ, I feel their friendship has grown obviously, and I think it's great that MJ kind of did start out as not really being there, to really being a main part of the story. And I think it's a really beautiful story between Peter and MJ. They're very, you guys have been saying, it's been a slow burn.
Yeah.
The sort of love that's been growing between them. And I think, in terms of all their evolution together, they've really grown into these people that we've cared about and loved. It's really hard to say because I feel I know you guys as people more than I do as anything else. So, that sort of correlates with us growing as humans. So it's obviously all there in the pudding. I think we all very much, you will see the difference in our characters in the film. It's really important that we were able to share these stories in a more evolved way.
So it just came to mind, one of my favorite Ned moments is in the second film, when you see me leave, and then he just you're in frame, and then Jacob just kind of walks into frame.
Yeah.
He's so,
How long? Yeah.
What do you say?
I was a boy, but that boy became a man.
No, the one. No.
Oh,
The one
not that
one?
in the hotel. He's so how long
she's-
have you known, or something like that, or I've known first, but I'm not bragging.
Yeah, I've known first, but I'm not one. I'm gonna talk trash.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know, like what you're saying. We've grown up together in real life.
Yeah.
Our characters have grown up together.
Yeah.
And it's really special to share all those moments with each other, and I think all of our characters have grown so much in their own ways. I think in this film we get to see new sides to all of them. Some we might not like, some we will like. And that was the fun thing, is like putting our characters under different kind of stressors that we've never seen them before. I mean, the fact that the world knows who Peter Parker is and who Spider-Man is, I mean, that's never happened, at least to my knowledge, in a film before. Yeah. So I remember when we first heard about the idea, we were like, what the? Don't do that. That sounds like a terrible idea, because that's who Peter Parker is.
Yeah, right.
That's part of who he is. He's the Hannah Montana of superheroes. Now you take that away from him.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we did, because we got to learn so much about who Peter is, and see how he handles himself when he's in the worst situations. And thankfully he has us, FOS, got his back, you know what I mean? We may not have any superpowers, but we definitely
do some pretty
I'm
super
just saying,
things.
we get done.
Absolutely.
You're not Peter Parker.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
I think it was well planned.
Yeah, there was a setup for sure. I remember before I went to chemistry read, John called me and told me, he was like, hey, listen, there's 2 roles. One is the love interest for the first film. That's just kind of like his arc for that film. And then the other one is MJ, which we know who MJ is. And I was very aware of, obviously, not just the comics, but the previous movies and what MJ and Peter, what that relationship means. And the hope is that, over time, they'll fall in love and have this story. And I was super into that, because I was like, listen, I have no problem like starting off small and growing. I think that's always a fun way to develop a character and to learn more about a character when you have a lot of time with them. It's like the thing we sometimes never get with movies is like you just have like one simple arc and then you're done. But with a trilogy, much like a television show, you kind of get more time with the characters to like pull things out of them. And I think what they all did a great job of is taking the time to get to know who we are and then get to know us together, and the idea of like falling in love with the characters, falling in love. So when anything happens between them, it's even more special. I remember I went to like the second movie in a theater in Paris when it came out. And when we like meet up on the bridge, everybody was clapping, and like when they kissed, they were like, woo! It's like, it was so sweet, because you got to see them throughout the entire journey of like not even being able to like form words and like talk to each other to like having a now full-fledged relationship.
It's always nice to find ways to relate to your character. In this instance, Peter Parker, Ned, and MJ are having to deal with fame. And fame is a very strange thing you have to try and, navigate. So it's quite nice for us to kind of be able to lead the characters in some way. Whereas I feel like for me, especially in the previous 2 movies, Peter Parker's kind of been leading my life and kind of telling me how to live my life, I guess. So it's one of those things where the more and more you kind of relate to your character, the harder and harder they are to say goodbye to. That's why I think that last day of shooting was so emotional, because Peter Parker really does feel like an extension of myself. And me knowing you, I know Jacob, but that part of me knows Jacob through Ned.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
They introduced us to each other.
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's one of those things that makes it becomes bittersweet. I think one of the craziest for me was when we were in Singapore.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Jacob and I, we were like, we'd never done anything like this before, and they flew us out to Singapore, and it was me, you, and Harrison. And I remember we spent all day in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'd never been out of the country at that point.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I've been, but like nothing I could remember.
Sure.
It was literally such a special moment for like.
Mate, that was awesome.
It was crazy.
It was awesome.
I was not there.
Why did you not come?
Just more memories without me, guys. It's fine. They're your best, right? They're your best memories. You're so happy, you guys, without me. It's great. It's fine.
It was awesome. Because today was not there.
True. No.
No, don't ask me for my favorite memory.
What was your favorite memory?
Ones where y'all wasn't there.
We were at all of them.
Yeah.
Ones when I was just hanging out with John.
Yeah. Just you and John.
I laughed just at the first press tour, just in general, because I was in the movie for 3 minutes, but they were like, "We gonna use you,
Yeah.
and we gonna sell this movie, girl." And I was
You
like,
were on the poster,
Smart.
and Laura wasn't even on the poster.
"Yo, I was just as big as all the other characters that were in the movie."
Right. No, right.
But you know, I was totally cool with it. I was like, "Listen, guys, I'll promote it. I have no problem. Let's do this."
It was fun. That
No,
was
we were,
fun.
we did a lot. I think we did a lot of press together.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
in New York. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
was-
felt
that
bad
was
for
fun.
you because you were on your own, but we were together.
We were the party room.
Yeah. I also got to meet RDJ that day because I had been in a movie with him but never met him. So that was nice to finally meet him. But yeah, I don't know. I think just in general was like this whole concept of me promoting a movie, not being able to say that I was MJ, and not being in the movie very much. So I was like,
It's so funny, like
I don't know. I'm just here to have fun.
I might be going crazy, but what was your name?
Michelle.
Michelle. There you go.
Michelle, yeah.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
But what's
Michelle
crazy is
Jones,
like
right.
one of the biggest spoilers in the first film was the fact that you were MJ, and now the
Now
spoilers
look at
that we're
us.
sitting on now is crazy.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Not me.
That's what I
Not
love
me.
about that
Not
first
me.
film. Like that first film really does feel like an independent film.
It's a really good independent one for
Yeah,
sure.
this great indie movie
This great
about
indie-
superheroes with a massive budget.
Oh.
That was the thing he said the other day. He was like, I wish we could do Spider-Man like an indie, you know? Just like a really small thing, $20 million. I'm like, bro, your attachment to reality is crazy. You've clearly done a lot of big budget films.
Oh my
all right?
God.
This man is used to hundreds of millions of dollars movies.
Meanwhile, the stunts that I do on my show are like standing on boxes.
Yo, that's so funny.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange.
Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't.
With Benedict, I mean, so many amazing days with Benedict. I think when we were doing the fight scene where he like punches me out of my body, that was really cool. Because there's actually a nice surprise that happens later in that sequence, which is really fun. So building that whole thing and fighting him was really cool.
I loved seeing him practice his like.
Yeah, he has
was
like a
really
guy
good,
that
yeah.
like comes in and designs it for him.
Yeah.
And he like, yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
My understanding of like how stunt work works has grown massively. Like I did a film last year and I found myself quite often saying to people like, that's not how you're supposed to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you would be great
Run your
stunt
own
coordinator.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I think if I wasn't an actor, that's what I would be doing. But then again, if I wasn't an actor, I don't think I would have known that being a stunt coordinator was the thing.
But making fights up and all that stuff, you're great at that. Yeah. Didn't you guys come up with a lot of the bell tower one anyway?
Yeah, my brother Harry and I pieced that
Yeah.
together. Well, I say we pieced it together. We like came up with an idea and pre-vised it. And when I say we pre-vised it, we shot it on my phone.
Yeah,
Joe John Watts.
but here
he
we
liked
go.
it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the whole like banging into the thing and then sliding and then banging into it again.
Yeah.
That was us.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that.
It made the movie so funny.
It did. That is funny. I like that. I like that it like cuts out wide
Yeah.
and you just hear the dong.
Anything you've learned, Jacob?
Anything I've learned about doing stunts, honestly, really not comfortable. A lot of like the wire stuff and like having like a harness on you, it's like really chafy. I will say that it is cool to, it seems almost like a very, very controlled ride. Like in that like you can fall off of something and not worry about dying potentially because they'll catch you immediately.
Right.
There's like a lot of time and effort that goes into it. I think a lot of people don't know that like there's like a whole process behind doing certain stunts. It's not just like you're on a wire, but there's certain things to do for certain stunts. So
It's interesting how like it makes you think that things are normal.
Yeah.
Like we did that stunt in the never-ending scene where I jump off of the lamppost. It's like 30 feet onto the floor, and because you're on wires, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. I can do that.
Yeah.
And no rehearsal, you just get up there and you just jump off, and you just trust that the people are going to make it safe.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that's normal.
Right.
That's just another day at the office.
Right.
Yeah. Us swinging around attached to each other is like
Just another day.
Another day.
Just another day.
Yeah.
Falling off a high thing.
Yeah. Just another day.
Interesting.
Yeah. With
The
Spidey.
worst part of doing stunts though is like if you're doing a hanging stunt, it's fine. The worst part of that is when they reset you. You like come to the floor and then they're like, right, let's lift them up. And you have that like half a second moment where you go into tension and every part of your body is like, ah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for the
That
drop.
it makes you feel like you're like a toy in a claw machine.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I learned tons of things. I'm glad that I did Greatest Showman before I started doing stuff for this movie, though.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Greatest-
did so many.
Yeah,
things.
so many
Greatest
different
Showman
ones
was
for
like,
sure.
doing that Rewrite Stars number really helped me
Yeah, it was
understand all
excellent.
this stuff.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
And
for
not
sure.
be afraid of heights,
Yeah.
which is great. Even though a lot of the things that look like we're swinging
I like that it is off the
viciously,
floor.
Yeah, it was.
we're
not-
on the floor.
We're actually squatting. So we're
Yeah,
actually
we're squatting
closer
on the
to
floor. We're literally, yeah, we're like this.
Yeah. And it looks.
And it's
we need
funny
to
to
get George
watch.
to send us that
Yeah,
footage
it's
so we
too
can post
funny.
that. It's so funny.
But yeah, I don't know. It's cool to watch you get more involved in it and
sure.
get better at it. Like I watched from the beginning, you know, you being a little bit more like, oh, just like I'll do what I gotta do, and you know, you've grown in confidence of like now you're like, I want to try this. I can do this better.
Right.
Let's do this. I'll maybe put my pick point here. Like you just, I see that you understand it more.
Like
and
yeah,
that
a lot
you-
more for sure.
More in command of
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
things you want to do.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You're flying out into the darkness to fight ghosts.
What do you mean?
They all die fighting Spider-Man. It's their fate. I'm sorry, kid.
Yeah, me too.
Don't.
Look, there has to be another way.
There isn't. They're a danger to our universe. You're not gonna take this away from me.
Peter, you're struggling to have everything you want while the world tries to make you choose.
Skill or a secret talent that the others have.
Um,
We spoke about this earlier. You know, Jacob is an amazing singer.
no.
You really are. Your voice is very soothing. I might have to ask you to record some music for me so I can go to sleep at night. And then you're an amazing painter.
I will
It's
say
one of the many
that
talents.
one thing that I feel like I didn't know about Zendaya was that she's actually pretty funny.
Yeah,
and
you're
that
double
like
funny.
like
Pretty.
no, like I think like it's just funny
You are
because
pretty.
like in our personal time I feel like you're funny, but like actually like funny is like being funny. So like I think that's
The only
one
thing,
Funny jokes.
the only
Yeah, the
thing
funny
that's
jokes.
like annoying is that I'm not funny under like it just has to happen. It has
Yeah.
to be in a flow. I'm not one of those
Right.
people
Same as
that
everyone.
you like. Oh, they're so funny. It's just they're always whatever. I'm
witty.
not that guy. But if you catch me at the right time,
Yeah.
bring an extra pair of pants because you're pissed them. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, I was on fire. Off camera though, unfortunately.
There's the scene.
Yeah.
You know the scene I'm talking about.
You know this.
That scene is funny as.
I don't know, I feel like TH is pretty good at everything. I feel like there's nothing
Yeah, that's
secret
really
about
annoying.
I'm not good at everything.
That's the secret.
it. Yeah, that people
that
don't,
he's just-
he can just do whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's actually kind of annoying.
No, it's super annoying. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see how that's annoying.
I think it's funny because I feel like the things that you might think were going to be the most challenging ended up being like the most fun
simple
and
stuff,
easy. Yeah.
I think one of the most challenging scenes is a scene that happens at the end of the movie because Benedict
Careful,
and myself
careful.
couldn't be
Careful.
we were in different countries, so we were having to do scenes with each other while on opposite sides of the planet because of COVID.
Okay.
So we had to reshoot those.
I got scared me
Yeah,
there. I was like,
whoa.
We had to reshoot.
let's stick to the first 38 minutes. Am I right? All right. At the end of the film, the big.
Whoa! I think the first challenging thing I did was like just running around for like a few
all
hours.
day.
Yeah.
It's
all
you
day,
and
every
me
day.
were just running all the
Yeah,
time.
I come and see you in a second unit just running.
Running.
Back and
Yeah, I
forth
think, like-
all the time.
I think it's kind of crazy because I feel like we're harping up our stunts a lot, but really,
It's
I'm
just us running.
Yeah, just running for like 12 hours every day.
Got our cardio in, our
Yeah,
steps
that was
in.
a good day.
Yeah.
Those good days.
Days.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say challenging. Honestly, the hardest thing I find is if we get in a giggly mood,
Yeah, we're
like
annoying.
trying to stop
Yeah, especially at the end of the day when you're like all loopy and delusional.
Trying
from
to
being
stop
tired.
laughing when you know you're not supposed to be laughing is
It
the
was tough.
hardest
Always
thing.
happens
It was
at
tough.
the worst time.
Worst.
You know, Willem Dafoe might be delivering like some seriously important speech.
But
and then
Willem's
we're all
also-
just pissing ourselves.
And we're just back there like,
Willem's also definitely funny.
Yeah,
though.
Willem is also hilarious.
Yeah, he's a very funny guy.
I mean, I would have freaked
Chilling.
out just meeting Willem Dafoe.
Straight
Yeah,
up.
I think that
Actually,
would have been cool
sure.
alone, but
But
then
this-
meeting him as
Yeah, as the goblin.
Goblin?
Yeah, incredible.
It was crazy.
Incredible. I mean, I just blown away to see him there on set in his costume.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
it just was incredible. When we were kids, we grew up watching those films, right?
Yeah.
So to see him be there, like,
Yeah.
in the flesh.
Yeah.
it felt unreal.
And then
It
hear him
felt
do his
like someone-
laugh, too.
Yeah, when he did the laugh.
When his laugh was, whew.
I don't know if I geeked out the most, but I think a cute thing is you wearing one of MJ's shirts.
Yeah, I like that. That was a nice detail.
Sweet. Nice Maya Angelou shirt.
Yeah, I thought that was really cute. Also made me look really big because it's so tight.
Made you look extra muscular.
Yeah, I look jacked.
It's tough because I feel like every moment that I've spent on set has been like a geeky moment for me. But yeah, definitely meeting everyone was pretty much the highlight of my career so far. And you know, getting to see them work as their characters and really bring back all their things, like they're all really talented people. So it was just amazing to just really be in the same space.
I think a special moment for me was us being your parents
Yeah.
and coming with you to set to
Yeah.
play with the big kids.
Yeah, which was
the big villains.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And we were like,
yeah, good job,
sweetie.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
But you also had a camera as well.
Yeah, I was
You were
taking pictures.
Yeah, memories forever.
I mean, he was nervous. There are villains we grew up with. I mean,
Yeah.
it's intimidating. So
Yeah.
we had to be there
Absolutely.
for your first day.
I know.
First day of Spider-Man school.
Yeah, so the first day of school.
Thank you so much. This has been very special because we did Entertainment Weeklies around the table together
Yes.
Amazingly.
for Spider-Man No Way Home. We hope you guys all enjoy the movie when it comes out, and thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.